Hello, hi, good morning. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. In today, we are going to learn about staircase run types in Revit. Okay, so in the first video, I was teaching you about how to calculate a number of riser, number of tread in staircase. That's very important. If you are starting with the staircase, you please watch that video first. Now, so we are going to learn about staircase type. Okay, we have different forms of staircase. Okay, so if I select any stairs, if I go to properties, so here you can see we have three type of families: assembled stair, cast in place stair, and precast stair. Every family types has a different set of parameters. Okay, so in case if you want to do trial and error with assembled stair, cast in place stair, and precast stair, just to create a test staircase type and do a trial and error check. Okay, so that's the best way to learn Revit stairs. Okay, so here I'm going to explain you about monolithic and non-monolithic run types in Revit stairs. Okay, all right. See here, I'm going to create a new type. So here you can see, so we have different set of staircase. Okay, so everything made of the same property palette. Okay, so in case if you want to have a full height of concrete structure for the staircase, how you have to do, and here you can see the bottom is smoothen. So how to do structural slab as smooth. In case if you want to make a structural uh, slab staircase waste slab as stepped, then how to do. So we are going to learn one by one. Okay, in assembly style, the landing and run connection is different. In precast style, landing and run connection is different. Okay, so we are going to learn each and every type. Okay, so we can also enable only thread. We can enable riser and thread. So we can do staircase with the side by side support. We can also do staircase with center support. So here you can see, so in this stair I have enabled only left and right support. Okay, so here I'm using the middle support also. Okay, so in case if you are doing a staircase, you need to understand what is a run type and what is monolithic and non-monolithic. That's what very important. Okay, so if you are doing a cast in place stair, better use cast in place stair family type. Okay, so that's the most suitable family type for cast in place. In case if you are doing a precast, then please use precast stair family type. In case if you are doing a steel staircase or wooden staircase, which is going to be assembled as a panel in site, then please better use assembled stair. Okay, so every uh, staircase family types will have the same set of parameters, but there's a small difference. Okay, so you need to understand what is the difference and how to use, what to do, and how to make a better use of Revit staircase. So you need to learn one by one. Okay, start from scratch, understand each and every staircase type. Okay, so here I'm going to give a small demonstration about Revit staircase. Okay, all right. Now let me create a staircase type. Let's start with the cast in place type. That's always better. Okay, so for example, okay, I'm in 3D view. Okay, I'm going for architecture, go for style. In structure, we don't have style tool. Okay, so if it is a style, even it is architecture, stair or structural stair, both are in the architecture panel only. If you are using reinforcement in a staircase, then you have to use precast or cast in place stair. Okay, so you have stair in architecture only. Okay, whether it is concrete or just a tiling, then you have to use only stair tool in the architecture tab. Okay, so I'm going to take a staircase. Okay, so let's create a new type of stair in cast in place stair. Okay, so cast in place, I'm going to start with the cast in place stair. Okay, and I'm going to edit type. So I'm not going to change anything available here. So I'm going to duplicate the type. So here you can see the family name is called system family cast in place stair type in place concrete. Okay, so here, so what is most important is it's important to understand, are we using monolithic or non-monolithic structure? That's it. Okay, so here, okay, let's just go with the in situ concrete. Let's say 200 mm, 200 mm waste. This is a staircase type. Okay, so now where do I mention the waste 200 mm? Okay, so here we have set of parameter. Some parameters are for just for information only. So IFC parameter just for information. This will be helpful when you're doing exporting to IFC or when you're making a schedule. These parameters will be helpful to sort the group of elements. Okay, and graphics. Cut mark type is for graphics only. So now we are focusing on the run type and support. Okay, so this is for support. So here you can enable left side support, right side support, and the middle support. Okay, so let's focus on the construction run type. Okay, so here we have monolithic and non-monolithic. In the top, what we have is calculation rule. This is very basic. Okay, so it's very important. We cannot miss this calculation rule. So I have created a video to understand what is riser height, tread depth, and run width. Watch that video, then come to this video. Okay, so now we are going to focus on run type, landing type, and function. Function actually an information parameter. It's not going to change anything in the 3D. Okay, now let's say I'm going to create a new run type. Okay, so run type also has a set of parameter. Here you can see when I clicked on a run type, you have to click in the right side ellipses. Okay, run type. So I will get this dialog box. Here in run type, we have family types, monolithic run and non-monolithic run. So let's go with the monolithic run first. So in monolithic run, I have set of properties. Here also I have some properties for information. Identity data, these are for information, and these are construction parameter. Materials, okay. Do I need tread? What is tread? Tread means the top tiling or the granite or the marble which is going to come above. So that is tread. And riser, the vertical element. Okay, so do I need riser? Do we need tread? We are going to see how this works. Okay, so let's create a new test monolithic run type. Monolithic run type, and I want only the concrete portion. I don't want any finishes. Okay, so let's say structure only. This is just a name, you can give any name. Okay, Now I don't need any finishes, so uncheck tread, uncheck riser. You will see that later. Now I want my staircase to be smooth and the thickness going to be 200 mm. Okay, so this is what important, 200 mm. If I say okay, and this is applied here, and if I say okay again, now I can start drawing the staircase. So this is my staircase. Okay, so now finish. Let's isolate this element. Okay, so this is coming with the handrail by default. Let's remove handrail. Let's focus on the structure. Now you can see this staircase type has 200 mm structural thickness. In case if I take a section, you will understand better. Let's copy this section. Okay, and let's learn a little more. Right click, go to view. Okay, so this is my staircase. Now I have mentioned that this staircase thickness going to be 200 mm. So let's measure that. Let's go to annotate, take a align the dimension and measure. This is a 200 mm thick waste slab. Okay, so for landing we can mention it as same as run, or we can give different thickness. Okay, if I select the staircase, if I go to edit type, so this is our run type. If I click on the ellipses, you can see here, now this is set to smooth. Okay, in case if I change this to stepped, if I say okay, you can see here the staircase underside, now it is looking stepped. Okay, now measure 200 mm. This is my 200 mm. Okay, so that's how the staircase works. That's the difference between the smooth underside and stepped underside. Okay, if I measure landing, now it is showing 200. In case if you need a different thickness for the landing, you can give, select the style, go to edit type, and for the landing type you can select, and you can mention the thickness, monolithic thickness. You can mention monolithic thickness, and tread and riser you can mention it as same as run, or you can give a different uh, size and material. Okay, so here if I give 150, let's duplicate as 150 mm landing, say okay, and mention 150. If you say okay, then you can see this is 150. Okay, all right, now let's learn what is tread and riser. Okay, I'm selecting the same staircase. Let's go to edit type. Maybe you will understand better if you see a 3D view. Okay, so let's just keep split view. Okay, this is the section and this is the 3D view. Okay, now see, I'm going to add the finishes, the top tiling. Then I have to select the staircase and then go to edit type, go to run type, here enable tread. So now we have understood what is construction, underside surface, and the structural depth. So we know the difference between stepped and smooth, and we know what the structural depth means. Okay, so let's go to the second. So this is for material. So with material we'll get the hatch pattern and the shaded color. Okay, so you can click here and you can choose a different material in case if you need. Okay, so material is easy to understand. So now let's understand tread and riser. Let's work with thread. I'm enabling thread thickness, let it be 20, and thread profile is default, that means rectangular, and we can also create a different profile. Okay, so this is helpful when you do assembly style. Okay, so just to keep it as default in case if you are working on a commercial building, concrete staircase, and nosing length, let it be 15 mm or 10 mm. Keep it as default and it will be square. In case if you need a different nosing profile, then you have to load the nosing profile and then you can select from the list. Okay, so now let's understand what is thread. Okay, so I'm going to say okay. Now you can see only thread material is applied. You can see here in the top we have thread. Okay, so this is called a thread. The 20 mm, let's measure 20 mm. So this is 20 mm and 15 mm nosing. Okay, so in case if you need a different size, then you can give it in the type property. Go to edit type, here run type, click here. So here you have to work. Let's understand riser. So let's enable riser. Okay, and riser thickness 12.5. So slanted, we'll see what is slanted. And riser profile default means rectangular. In case if you need a different profile, you can give riser to thread connection, extend riser behind the thread. So we have different option. Okay, let's say okay. Now you see, so we have riser finish. Okay, in case if I assign material for riser, let's go to edit type. Monolithic means structural waste slab. Thread material means a finish, it's a finish. So let's go for stone finish or marble. Any marble finish, let's add it to the project. Say okay. Now you can see them clearly. You can see the material is applied. You can see the material is applied. If you want to apply material for riser, then you can select the staircase, go to edit type, go to run type, and here select riser material. Select riser material, say granite. Okay, so now riser material is assigned, and you can see the material is assigned now. Monolithic concrete and thread material and riser material. Okay, select, go to edit type, run type. This is a monolithic family and we have set of parameters here. Okay, so now you know what is underside surface, what is structural depth, and how material works, and thread, we have seen how it works. In case if you want to know what is slanted, just enable slanted and say apply okay. So the dimension will be deleted, that's okay. And now you can see here, so this is what called as slanted. Now here the riser looks like slanted, 12 mm, it is slanted. Okay, and so this riser is not straight, it's slanted, right? Select, go to edit type, and go to run type. So these are the monolithic run type parameter. Okay, so now we are going to work with the non-monolithic staircase. Okay, Let's say okay, and create a new staircase to understand a non-monolithic run type. Okay, so I'm going to copy the same, and I'm going to edit just the property. Okay, let's understand this non-monolithic staircase. Okay, I'm going to select the staircase. Let's go to edit type. Let's go to duplicate. Okay, so non-monolithic staircase is used for assembled style. Okay, so you can also do the same thing here in cast in place style, but it's better if you use the same set of parameters in the assembled style. So let's change the family type to assembled style. Okay, and duplicate the type to non-monolithic style. Okay, we are just going to it's already available. Okay, non-monolithic style. Okay, I've just added a hyphen in the name. Okay, and just a name, you can give any name. Okay, so now run type. I'm going to create a new type. So create a new type called non-monolithic. Okay, and say okay. Oh, here you can see here. So the family type I have to choose non-monolithic. Now if you search here, non-monolithic type is not available because it's grouped under monolithic. That's my mistake. Okay, let's make it as non-monolithic and create a new type. Style. Say okay, non-monolithic style. Okay, this is just a type name, so we are just matching with the system family type. Now see here, there is a difference between the monolithic and the non-monolithic. Okay, if you want to understand better, let's take a screenshot of monolithic style and then we'll come to the non-monolithic style. Okay, so here see.
Playing from laptop a one before.
Sorry, this is my monolithic style. Let's go to edit type. Okay, in run type, let us take a snapshot. Okay, let's just take a snapshot. Sniping tool, create new. Okay, so this is a non-monolithic property. Okay, minimize. Now let's open. Sorry, this is monolithic type. Now I'm going to open non-monolithic. Let's go to edit type and go for run type non-monolithic. You should see the difference. Okay, so in monolithic, this is my snipe. Okay. In monolithic we have construction parameters. So this is for structure, the underside structure, concrete waste slab. So those parameters are not available in non-monolithic. Okay, and so other than that, we have materials, thread, riser, and identity data and IFC parameters. So that's the only difference. So we don't have the underside concrete slab in the non-monolithic style. That's the only difference. Okay. So let's take a look at non-monolithic style. Okay. So here I have the thread and the riser. I can also add supports. Okay, I can also add supports left, right, and in the middle. Okay, so that's about supports. Okay, so I hope now you understand what is monolithic style, and what is non-monolithic style. That's the difference. Okay, this is monolithic and this is non-monolithic. Okay, so now maybe for a better understanding, we can add supports. Okay, let's add stringer closed. We have two options. We can also make it as carriage and stringer. Okay, let me show you the difference between these two. We can enable middle support in case if you like. Say okay. Now you're seeing in this style case, okay, the closed carriage stringer will be open. Okay, the closed carriage, you can see here, that goes from that works like this. Okay, there is a small difference what is stringer and what is carriage. Carriage will hold the load, that's going to bear the load. Okay, so this is our middle support, and this is our carriage, and this is our stringer. Select, go to edit type, supports, stringer closed, make it as none. Say okay. Now you see stringer removed. Select, go to edit type, and make this as carriage open. Okay, you can have a different type of support. Okay, so those properties we'll understand in the next video. Okay, so now we are focusing on monolithic and non-monolithic run type. Okay, say okay. Okay, so in case if you need the landing middle support, go to select, go to edit type, go for landing. This is showing same as run. Okay, so for the landing we'll get only right support and the left support only. So that's about support. Okay, just to do trial and error and understand run type, monolithic and non-monolithic style, and you can also play with the landing type. Okay, so function interior exterior just for the information, it won't change anything in the style. Okay, this will help in the scheduling. Okay, so I hope now you understand. Just to do trial and error, in case if you're having any doubt, please let me know. Okay, so I should say thanks to all my channel members. Thank you very much. In case if you're not a channel member, please join our membership so that you can access more important videos. Okay, thank you. That's all for the day. I hope now you understand monolithic and monolithic style. Okay, so in the next video we'll learn about supports and a little more. Okay, see you.